And then the other All American change we can touch on is their length limit deal. Did you everyone aware of that? They went to
Yeah,
specific length limits per body of water.
that's crazy.
I read through that one. I read through a lot of the comments. Some lakes are tougher, blah blah blah, whatever. I think that opens up the door for a whole lot of confusion. Like I don't think we need to be adding more event specific variables here. Like I think the entire and granted, all Americans they do their own thing, but if you look at kind of what they're trying to accomplish this year on KBF, Bass, and Hobie, it's to try to simplify things so there's not as much confusion when you go from one trail series to another. I think less is more in that
Yeah.
case.
I always like to look at these rule changes, and when you see stuff like that, I ask the question, what problem are we trying to solve here? And that
Exactly.
was kind of the question that I came up with was, okay, you made that change, that's fine, but what problem were what are we addressing with this rule? Why do that? I was kind of baffled on that one. I mean, the size limits are for keeping fish, putting fish in the live
Yeah.
well and having them in your possession, as a legal definition from Fish and Wildlife. So that one kind of confused me. I don't get it. I think it is going to lead to some confusion, and just probably not a good move. But hey, whatever. Let's do your thing.
Jason Hayes on YouTube says you can still submit a fish if it doesn't hit the limit, it won't count. So if you forget, and just
We
go
can
ahead
do
and
that in any
YOLO it.
series.
Just go ahead and YOLO it and send it. Don't worry about it. Right, just send it, and they'll figure out if it's long enough or not.
Can you send
Likewise,
it with
you
a
can
note?
submit an 8-inch fish at Hobie, but they'll deny it. What's
Yeah.
the point
So
of
They
that?
will.
Yeah, I see it being more of an inconvenience for the judges than anything. I mean, that
Yeah.
inconsistency of just hopping around and no one ever knows what's going on. That kind of defeats the purpose of having rules in the first place. A standard you just set so everyone knows what it is and you follow all the way through. I don't want to make things more hard than it's worth. Just set a length limit, even if it's 14. Like what was it? The old TOC that we had in Texas. It was 14-inch minimum, and it was
Yep.
pretty cut and dry. A lot of people come in with no limits because of that. You catch a whole bunch of 13 and 3/4. But that's just my opinion on that one. I think they could have done something better with just a straight length, but we'll see how it goes. I hope this great success though. I mean, Booth is a great dude, runs a great club at both
Yeah.
Moyak and All American.
That's right. I think I've wanted All American to succeed since they started doing their thing over there. Randy Creason in the comments said, "Feels like they're making changes for the sake of being different." I hope that's not the case. I hope that the anglers wanted this and they continue to have the
I'm sure
growth
that's
that
not it.
they're hunting.
I think, especially on that Friday move, I think it has to be angler driven because you wouldn't want to add a weekday tournament in to a weekend only angler field, right? Like that'd be silly. So
Yeah.
surely it's it's driven by the participants.